Hey everybody, Bill Schock here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Hope you're all doing well today. Welcome to beautiful Tamarindo, Costa Rica, where the weather is spectacular and the spiders are the size of cantaloupes. Anyway, I found one in my house yesterday, and I swear I could have put a saddle on it and rode it into the sunset. But anyway, I've been getting emails over the past few weeks about a few episodes of the 5-Minute Motivator that talked about cold calling and how cold calling is not dead. And I kind of alluded to this point of why salespeople fail. And I want to get into that a little bit more. Keep in mind, even if you are not in sales, I think you can utilize this information on a psychological basis, on a behavioral basis, to make changes if you feel it's necessary. Now, I've done a little informal research. This is not a formal study, but I've trained thousands of salespeople over the last 25 years, and I have found that salespeople fail, and by that they either get terminated or they resign and never go back into sales for two reasons, or one of two reasons. One is failing to prospect, and the other is failing to close. Now, let me kind of unpack this by saying this. In sales training, there are two ways to go through sales training. One is hard skills, that is listening techniques, understanding how to compose proposals that sell, questioning techniques. These are ideas that are hard. So we can go through a 4-hour class on how to question properly in sales. And at the end of that, you'll understand open-ended questions and closed-ended questions, fact-finding questions and feeling-finding questions, and everything else associated with questioning. But there's another component of sales training, and that's the softer side of it. And it has to do with self-esteem and self-confidence. When we talk about failure in sales in terms of closing and or prospecting and closing and or closing, what that primarily means is that it's a softer skill. It's a self-confidence issue. It's a self-esteem issue. And you really can't train to that point. What you can do is help the individuals understand what caused that. Give you an example. I had one individual in coaching. It took us about 6 months, and that's a long time for me to keep somebody in a coaching situation. But he simply could not get over the issue of being able to close. And what we discovered through the unfolding process was that his first sales manager was this obvious, crusty, grumpy old gentleman who never gave anybody any levels of appreciation. Consequently, he had one way to manage, and it was with a stick. And if you did well, you got hit with a small stick. But if you did poorly, you got hit with a bigger stick. Well, one time early in his career, several months into it, this gentleman came in to announce to the sales manager that he was substantially over quota for the month, almost doubled quota, smiling. And the sales manager looked up at him and said, "Yeah, but what about next month?" And that point stuck with this gentleman. It stuck with him, and it has caused him to turn over several jobs and not be successful with those jobs. And that was a self-esteem issue because he was always wondering about the future. Now, the end result is after we kind of unwound this situation and he felt better with it, he was at least able to form a plan of action to start closing more business. And that is really an important point because ultimately that one incident kept him from being successful. Okay, so we have prospecting on one side of the sales cycle, closing on the other side of the sales cycle. Both of them are softer skills, self-esteem, self-confidence issues. Not like the harder skills in questioning and presenting that we can cover in detail, in point by point. So when you get better at one, you get better at the other. Now, I don't have a lot of time to go through that today, but I will in subsequent episodes. Here's the point that I would like to make, specifically to salespeople. Think about what part of the softer skills are holding you back from being extremely successful. What is going through your head that's causing you to not do what you need to do to go over the top? Generally, not in sales, think about what specific incidents may be holding you back from going over the top. You see, it's the same question. It doesn't matter if we apply the activity to sales or to management or to administration. It doesn't much matter. The point is that something may in fact be holding us back. And in general, it may be some type of situation that occurred a long, long time ago, but it's still playing through our minds. Without a formal coaching situation, I don't know what that is, so I can't give you an actionable item. But what I can do is at least unfold the theory and allow you to begin your own evaluation. There's going to be more on this, ladies and gentlemen, but in the meantime, thank you for your time. This is Bill Shaka, and thank you for attending yet another edition of the 5 Minute Motivator. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.